Hello, classmates. Since the emergence of the e-commerce live streaming industry, the fierce market competition has pushed the industry towards perfection, standardization and normalization. And forming an efficient live streaming team is the absolute choice to break through the competition. We know that a successful live streaming requires the joint efforts of the whole team. However, in the view of the costumers, they only see on the screen is the host constantly introducing the products, offering various discounts, and urging them to place orders. So that we can say the words and actions of the streamer represent the capabilities of the entire team and the entire event. If you are a newcomer just entering the field of e-commerce live streaming and longing to become a qualified e-commerce streamer, then the section shaping of the host's public image will be very important for you. Understanding the professional requirements for the streamers. In e-commerce live streaming events, the streamer is the face of the team, which is an important part for communicating with the merchants and the costumers. The streamer's on-camera performance and ability to improvise on the spot largely determine the performance of the entire live streaming. Fluent language expression ability. Live streaming for e-commerce actually shares many similarities with offline sales. In the offline shop, store managers and the staff need to constantly repeat the introduction of products and promotions in order to boost sales. In the online live streaming room, the streamer also needs to constantly chat, explain the products and emphasize the discounted prices in order to attract the users to stay and watch in the live streaming room. Fluent language expression not only require the streamer to chat freely, but also to have clear speech, a logical narrative, and a tone that conveys friendliness and appeal, enabling sincere communication with the audience. Professional production explaining ability. It is natural that a live streamer to be well versed in all the information about the products being sold, extract the selling points, supplement relevant professional knowledge, technical details, usage methods, application scenarios, etc. Only in this way can the streamer introduce the product calmly and composedly, highlighting the selling point of the production while also gaining the trust of the audience. Flexible live streaming control ability. Although the team prepares a plan and script for each e-commerce live streaming, the live broadcast itself is full of uncertainties. The streamer and the team also need to prepare plans in advance to deal with unexpected situations, so as to solve problems at any time and ensure the smooth progress of the live streaming session. Strong physical fitness. Commerce live streaming is a physically demanding job. Newcomers usually have a minimum live streaming duration of 2 hours, while mature and stable live streaming teams typically stream for around 4 hours. There are even many live streaming rooms known as Never Setting Sun where there are always streamers selling products for 24 hours. Moreover, streamers often need to maintain high enthusiasm and excitement to inspire the audience, which requires a lot of energy. Therefore, streamers also need strong physical fitness. Recognizing the steps of shaping the public images. A newcomer can be a qualified streamer if he or she has the professional skills we just talked about. However, to stand out among the millions of streamers, one needs to showcase their unique personal charm and develop a distinctive live streaming style. This process is called shaping the streamer's public images or creating the streamer's brand identity. The streamer closely connects with the audience through a distinct personality, leaving a deep impression. Then, by adding appropriate interactions, he or she further narrows the distance with the audience. Through this process, the streamer can transform the audience into fans, then into consumers, which is called fan retention and traffic conversion. The steps of shaping the public image as follows. Analyzing the character and positioning the streamer's role. The streamer needs to first analyze themselves. They can start from aspects such as gender, age, personality, occupation, education level, and experience. Then, they should list out their personal strengths or characteristics and choose the role that suits them best, such as a salesperson, a skill expert, a store manager, or a social media celebrity. Identify the target audience and cater to their preferences. The streamer needs to do analyze and researches of the target customer on the basis of their region, age, gender, shopping preference and standards of consumption, which is called user profiles. It is also necessary to clearly define the user characteristics and platform style of the specific e-commerce live streaming platform. Based on the above information, identify the preferences of the target user group, such as the topics they are interested in, the style of live streaming they prefer, and their preferences for product attributes. During the live stream, present more relevant content to the audience, catering to their interests and conducting targeted marketing. Choose the correct production, enhance the audience's trust. The vital point of live streaming is the product, most consumers entering the living room for the production. The products chosen by the streamer should be in line with their own positioning and have a direct connection with the audience, which can win the trust of consumers and increase the conversion rate. For example, the streamer Dong, who is famous for his bilingual live streaming e-commerce, has a public image that describes a young person from the countryside who is constantly striving in the big city. The agricultural products he sells are in line with his public image, which enables consumers to feel a sense of identification. Enhance image, strengthen personal style. People's pursuit of beauty has never ceased. A good professional image is not only a reflection of one's personal qualities, but also a basic requirement for the position of streamer, and it is respect to the consumers in front of the camera. Making the content abundant, outputting continually. We just talked about that the workload in the live streaming room is quite intense. The streamers need to conduct live broadcasts for several hours per day. If the same set of sale pitch are repeatedly used, consumers will soon get tired of them. Therefore, the live streaming content must be rich and the format should be various. The streamer needs to constantly acquire various knowledge, keep up with social hotspots, maintain the ability to create content, and continuously deliver it. For the example of the streamer Dong, he would teach some English words during the live stream of agricultural products, talk about his own hard study experiences when recommending books, and explain the delicacies in both standard English and beautiful Chinese at the same time. Such an outstanding idyllic. Let's have a summary. For a qualified streamer, he or she should have the ability of fluent expressing language skill, professional product explanation, flexible live streaming control skills, and strong physical fitness. Moreover, an excellent streamer also needs to learn to shaping the public image and build their own personal brand. Little tip: the image of the streamer should be neat, elegant and appropriate. It should be consistent with the public image design, the theme of the live broadcast, the decoration of the living room, the attributes of the products, and the requirements of the platform, etc. Beside the external packaging, the streamer can also enhance their personal image through their speaking speed, catchphrases, and signature gestures, thereby shaping a unique personal style. However, it is essential to note that the streamer should not simply resort to exaggeration, gimmicks or clickbait to avoid violating laws and regulations, undermining social ethics, and causing adverse effects. Students, that's all for today's class. See you next time.